Honorable Mbui, Honorable Muathe, the reason why I'm not paying attention to you is because you are grossly out of order. That is gross misconduct. Standing order number 107. And in any case, you have attempted to remove the mace from its place, in which case I will expel you from the house. Honorable members, order, Honorable Mbui. Honorable Mbui, if you want to make a point of order, you have to do it with respect. You cannot do it in a disrespectful manner. And you cannot attempt to remove the mace from its place. And for that reason, you have committed gross disorderly conduct, and contrary to Standing Order 107A, and in fact, one of them, you have attempted to remove the mace from its place in the chamber. And therefore, I have called you out. It gives the Speaker a right to call you out and immediately ask for you to remove from the precincts of Parliament, which I am therefore asking the Sergeant at Arms to remove you from the presence of Parliament for 5 days. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove Honorable Mbui. Honorable members, even when you want to make a point, you have to do it in an orderly fashion in conformity. Honorable Mawathe, you're also grossly out of order. Honorable Mawathe, you are part of trying to remove the mace from its place. You have offended Standing Order 107, so you are going to be removed and expelled from the precincts of Parliament for 5 days. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove him. Honorable Mawathe, you're already expelled from the House. You're already expelled from the precincts of Parliament, and therefore you cannot even make a point of order. Please leave. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove Honorable Mawathe. Sergeant at Arms, please remove Honorable Mawade from the House. Honorable Milema, Honorable Omboko, please proceed. Honorable Omboko, please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request the Honorable Kangogo Bowen to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is the House do agree with the committee of the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover. Mover. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025 be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Marianne Ketanyi to second.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to repeal the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Act and for connected purposes.
Chairperson.
Which one?
Government-owned enterprise.
Which one? Government-owned enterprise. Oh, we have done it. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Let me get my specs.
In the right paper, you beg to report.
Come. Leader, just come over, leader. Okay, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Chairperson. Report. Very good, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprise Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments. And remember, we have done this one.
Mover.
Already.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and I also request the Honorable Jamatia, the member for Baringo, to second the motion.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable Speaker, as I request the Honorable Member for Bomet Central, Bomet East to second, allow me, Honorable Speaker, to something I forgot in the Committee of the Whole House that the Honorable Karoli Omondi had asked on the vesting of assets and liabilities of the state corporations, and the clause 40 of the bill addresses all these issues in terms of transition and the consequential amendments that would emanate from the passage of this particular bill. And I had forgotten to respond to that, that Honorable Karoli had raised. But also to thank members who have very actively, since we did second reading of this bill, been active and participated in the second reading, and now in the Committee of the Whole House. And all these members, on a Thursday afternoon, having close to 60 members of Parliament seated in the House, is indeed commendable, considering that some of our colleagues in ODM, as had been pointed out earlier, are in Mombasa, celebrating ODM at 20 and saying, tuko tayari, na tuko tayari for sure. Honorable Speaker, also allow me to admonish the acts that we have just seen here by the member for Kathiani, attempting to grab the mace to attract the attention of people outside the precincts of Parliament or outside this chamber. Because, Honorable Speaker, there is a way we conduct ourselves with decorum in this House, and you have done well to send the member out. And indeed, I want to encourage any of the members of this House to move the House to name this particular member. And more profoundly, Honorable Speaker, the member for Embakasi South, the Honorable Mawave, who clearly looks intoxicated. And I know it's a Thursday afternoon, but nobody has the right to appear in the House drunk. And the member of Embakasi South cannot come to spew epithets in the House when clearly intoxicated. Honorable Speaker, I shall be moving to name the member for Embakasi South for appearing in the House intoxicated and seemingly looking very drunk to try to disrupt the office of the House, and therefore request the member for Bomet Central, Bomet East, sorry, my good friend Yegon, to second.
Majority. Leader, allow me to correct you before.
A bill for an act of Parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, perform. A bill for an act of Parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, performance and ownership of government-owned enterprises, public service obligations in respect of government-owned enterprises, facilitate the reconstitution of existing government-owned enterprises into public limited liability companies for the transfer of the assets, liability, and the business of the government-owned enterprises to companies and for connected purposes.
We can now move back to order number 5. So Member for the chairperson for trade, you know you hadn't presented your paper, you can now do so.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, 13th November 2025. That is a report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. Thank you.
Okay, next order, order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Okay, I will, Majority Leader, if you kindly allow us to allow Honorable Mboko to go to his statement, because he has a flight to catch. I think he's joining ODM. No, he's just supporting them. He's supporting them. Proceed, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I'm the Deputy Secretary of the UDA party and the largest party in this country. So thank you for your indulgence. I'm not joining ODM, but I'm just having another matter to handle. Honorable Speaker, request for a statement on the status of teachers employed on internship terms by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the status of the 20,000 engaged teachers employed on internship by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC, in January 2025. Honorable Speaker, the said teachers were engaged on one-year internship contract set to expire in December 2025. These teachers, who currently earn a gross monthly stipend of 17,000, do not enjoy comprehensive medical cover or any other employment benefits necessary for effective service delivery and decent living. This has left them demoralized and financially strained, yet they continue to serve diligently under the difficult circumstances. Honorable Speaker, the situation is further compounded by the acute shortage of teachers across the country, particularly in junior secondary schools. This impending expiry of these internship contracts risks aggravating the shortage and disrupting the learning in many institutions. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, measures being put in place to ensure that the 20,000 intern teachers are transitioned to permanent and pensionable terms, given that their current contracts are non-renewable and are set to expire in December 2025. 2, details on budgetary allocations made to facilitate this absorption of these teachers into permanent and pensionable employment by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. And thirdly, the rationale behind the continued engagement of teachers on internship. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I beg to give. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. These teachers have suffered, and they are interns. Their contract is ending in December. There's shortage of junior secondary school teachers, and there's no hope of them getting into permanent and pensionable. So the plight of these teachers needs to be attended to. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Where is the chairperson education? I'd seen him, he was here. Okay, maybe Majority Leader, you can respond on his behalf.
Chair, the Chair Education has just walked out, Honorable Speaker, but let me raise it with him to probably have an answer ready for the Honorable Mboko Milemba, who is a seasoned trade unionist and has worked very hard for teachers in the next week or so. to report back to the House. But also, Honorable Speaker, with your indulgence, to request, probably because Honorable Omboko is also a member of the committee, it is high time that we probably had a policy on internship, whether it's for teachers or doctors, everybody in the public service, so that we know when you're hired as an intern, do you work with the intention of being transitioned to permanent and pensionable, or do you work as an intern so that you garner experience and seek for opportunities for permanent employment within the organization where you're interning or elsewhere? And for what period of time can you intern? I think those are things that we need to seriously think into from our committees, so that we are also able to guide. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, before we continue, allow me to introduce to you a delegation from the Office of the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Kenya to Nepal. Mr. Chandra Tandon, Honorary Consul and leader of the delegation. Mr. Sarjan Sharma, acknowledge our guests. Honorable members, the delegation is on a visit to the National Assembly to learn more on the processes of strengthening the cordial relations between the Republic of Kenya and the Republic of Nepal. On behalf of the House and on my own behalf, I warmly welcome them to Parliament of Kenya and wish them fruitful engagements in Kenya. Karibuni sana. We are going to statements. Whose statement was next? No, it was the Honorable Emase. No, Honorable Emase has a statement. Let's just finish that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of the Standing Order 43, Standing Order 43, I rise to pay tribute to the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti, who passed away on 9th November 2025 at Nairobi Hospital at the age of 88 years. Honorable Speaker, the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti was born on the 15th of August 1937 in Kotur village, Amukura East Ward in Teso South constituency. He pursued his early education at St. Peter's Seminary in Uganda before advancing his studies to attain master's and doctorate degrees in Rome. His pursuit of knowledge reflected his strong belief in education as a cornerstone of community transformation. He began his clerical journey with distinction. In 1972, he was appointed auxiliary bishop, a position he held until 1976. In the same year, he became the ordinary bishop of the Diocese of Kisumu, serving diligently until 28 February 1978, when he was appointed as the founding bishop of the Diocese of Kakamega. Bishop Sulumeti served faithfully in that role until his retirement on 5th of December 2014. He dedicated his life to the service of God and humanity with humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to faith and education. Honorable Speaker, Bishop Sulumeti championed transformative causes in education, health, social justice. He spearheaded the construction of 256 schools and colleges around the Western region, including those in Mukumu and Iregi, and Constitution of Kenya advocate for women's rights, for the underprivileged children and orphans. His leadership was marked by peace and humility. Honorable Speaker, in his final years, Bishop Sulumeti endured a long period of illness, which limited his activities due to his advanced age. Despite this, he remained steadfast in faith and continued to inspire many through his spiritual guidance and wisdom. Honorable Speaker, I extend my deepest condolences to the family of the late Bishop Solometi, that is in Teso South, the clergy, the faithful of Kakamega Diocese, and the entire nation. May his legacy of faith, service, and love for humanity continue to inspire generations to come. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, in honor of the fallen bishop, may we rise and for 1 minute of silence.
Request me to ask the House to rise.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, kindly request the House to rise for a minute of silence in honor of Bishop Solometi. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I will so oblige you. Honorable members, let's observe a minute of silence. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Honorable Koyo, you may now make your statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands regarding the status of resettlement of Koguta community in Moroni constituency. Honorable Speaker, the Koguta community migrated from Greater Nyakach and settled on parcels currently known as LR number 3977, measuring approximately 2,399 acres, and LR number 3978 of approximately 1,960 acres, located within Moroni constituency, Kisumu County. Shortly before Kenya attained independence, Nyando Sugar Company Limited, currently known as Moroni Sugar Company, acquired land parcels LR number 11684 and L and 11685, where the sugar factory rests. The acquisition of the parcels by the company did not affect the settlement arrangement of the Koguta community on their parcels of land. However, on 3rd December 1968, Nyando Sugar Company, in conjunction with the government of Kenya, allegedly passed a resolution to illegally evict the Koguta community members from parcels LR number 3977 and LR 3978, which they had occupied for more than 7 decades. The Koguta community were forcefully evicted in 1969 and relocated to arid parts of the land parcel LR number 3977, where each family member was apportioned a meager 2 acres of land, resulting in the community living in its quarters. Honorable Speaker, in 2013, the Koguta Land Reclamation Committee petitioned the National Land Commission, NLC, over historical land injustices and sought to reclaim their parcels of land. Upon hearing the complaint, the National Land Commission, via the Gazette Notice of 1st March 2019, Volume CXX1, number 27, made a determination to the effect that the land parcels LR number 3977 and LR number 3978 should be given back to the rightful and original owners of Koguta community. In addition, it recommended that the Privatization Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning to assist in planning, surveying, and resettling the Koguta community. Their failure to implement the recommendation of NLC resulted in a court case known as Republic versus Ministry of Land and Physical Planning and another ex parte Tomoriedo Ugur 2021 KEELC and 3414 KLR. In this case, the court ordered the Ministry of Lands to plan, survey, and resettle the Koguta community members on the said parcels of lands. Despite the directives by the Court and National Land Commission, the members of the Koguta community are yet to be resettled and are still living as squatters in their own land. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands on the following. 1. A report on the status of resettlement of the Koguta community and implementation of the court orders provided in the case of Republic versus Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning and another ex parte, Tomori War of 2021, KELC 3414 KLR, by the Ministry of Lands and Public Works, Housing and Urban Development. 2. The steps taken by the Ministry to restore the land of the regional owners, Koguta community, and ensure their resettlement to effectively honor the recommendations of the National Land Commission and the Court. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before I sit down, Madam Speaker, I need an answer very quickly because I was away. I had accompanied His Excellency the President for a UN conference in Qatar, where he did us proud. He gave us a speech that in the presence of the UN Secretary General, if you compare the two, given that UN is bigger, you would have wanted him to be the UN boss. It was very enthralling. But when I came back, I found that a company that leased the Moroni Sugar Company, instead of organizing and having a sit together with the community, has resorted now to employing security personnel from Rift Valley to come and mete out a lot of problems on the locals. And this is going to give us problems, given that the two clans that are pitted are members of broad-based. And we do not want anything that would ruffle the relationship. So I need urgent answer and some action that can bring peace and harmony immediately. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chairperson Lands Committee is not here. Majority Leader, you want to give an undertaking on their behalf?
Yes, allow me to relay that to the chairperson, Honorable Nyamoko, for lands, and we give him 2 weeks.
Next is Honorable COE. You had a statement from yesterday. It was omitted. It was supposed to come to the order paper today. But you can proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I raise to request for a statement regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital, established in 1944 in Nairobi, is a specialized level 6 facility and the only provider of comprehensive spinal injury care in Kenya and the East, West, and Central Africa regions. The facility offers acute care, trauma rehabilitation, reintegration, and outpatient services, with only 33 inpatient beds and 100 to 120 daily outpatients, supported by 146 staff. In 2024, National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital secured approval for a 2024-2028 strategic plan and a Kenya shillings 2 billion master plan for a 350-bed expansion, including a 4-story outpatient block under construction and a planned 9-story twin tower with a helipad for emergency cases. However, the hospital currently faces persistent challenges due to its administrative dependence on the Ministry of Health for fund management, which has led to misallocation and misappropriation of resources. This reliance has caused critical shortages of consumable and adequate nurse-to-patient ratio and stalled infrastructure projects, such as the outpatient block halted at the second floor. Honorable Speaker, the absence of sufficient process to enable direct expenditure by national spinal injury stems from delays in transitioning to a full semi-autonomy government agency status, which remains pending at the Treasury level. Unlike newer facilities like Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital and Mwai Kibaki Hospital, which has achieved its autonomy status for greater financial autonomy. National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital still lacks streamlined system, hindering efficient resources allocation. Implementing robust financial management frameworks such as decentralized budgeting and a real-time expenditure tracking could empower it to directly control funds, enhance transparency, and prevent mismanagement, thereby ensuring uninterrupted high-quality service delivery and supporting critical infrastructure expansion, ultimately positioning the hospital as a regional center for excellency. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on the following. Provide a comprehensive report of the financial management of National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Number 2, the reasons why robust systems have not been implemented to enable direct expenditure by National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital and prevent funds misallocation by the ministry. Number 3, plans being put in place to transition the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital into a semi-autonomy government agency. And number 4, a report on the status of the 2024-2028 National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital Strategic Plan, including the timeline for its implementation and the status of the 2.8 billion funding for the expansion master plan. And lastly, measures being put in place for the expansion of the facility and timelines for when the expansion will commence. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The person standing in for the chairperson, Health, Honorable Adagala, you want to undertake on behalf of the Health, yes. Okay, Honorable Lenguris, I think she's, let Honorable Lenguris, she's here, she can give her the mic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We'll give the response after 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Member for Samburu. Next, we have a statement by Member for Marakwet West, Honorable Toroitich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the electrification of newly established schools across the country. Honorable Speaker, in the financial years 2014-2015, 2015-16, and 2016-17, Kenya shillings 35 billion was allocated towards the electrification of over 23,000 public schools in the country, with an aim of improving access to power in learning institutions and supporting the integration of technology in education. However, since 2017, many of the new schools that have been established and registered by the Ministry of Education remain unconnected to electricity, adversely affecting their ability to effectively deliver educational objectives. The absence of electricity in these schools limits their participation in the government's digital learning program and the effective implementation of the competency-based education CBE curricula. For example, in Marakwet West constituency alone, over 26 public schools, including early childhood development centers, remain without electricity connections. As a result, therefore, learners in these institutions face unequal learning opportunities compared to their peers in electrified schools, leading to wider education disparities. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, a report on the number of newly established schools that have not been connected to electricity since 2017. Number 2, clarification on whether the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum has a specific budget line dedicated to the electrification of public schools, particularly in support of the government's digital learning program and competency-based education initiatives. And third, measures put in place, including a dedicated budget by the ministry to ensure that all newly established schools in Marakwet West constituency and across the country are connected to electricity as well as expected timelines for completion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
A member of the Energy Committee to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee. Yes, Honorable Ruto.
Okay. May I use this one? Thank you, Chair. Allow me also to write on it to further look at beyond schools alone, but other public institutions like health facilities, cooperatives, especially the milk coolers, where you understand and we appreciate that the government is running a deliberate program in supporting milk farmers. They have established coolers, counties have built up stores, but up to now, connection has not been done. So even if milk coolers are yet to be delivered, and even if they are delivered today, there's no power connected to it. I really wish that as they look at Marakwet West, also Kese should be considered for that purpose, because there are many schools that were locked out of that program. Thank you.
Okay, a member of the Energy Committee or Majority Leader, do you want to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee? Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is Walter Wino, Member of Parliament Awendo, and a member of the committee. We are going to give the response in 7 days. Thank you.
Next, we have a statement from the Honorable Member for Daragwa, Honorable Gashagwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I request for statement regarding delayed payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2 Part C, I rise to a request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock regarding the delayed contractual payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for the construction of Daragwa Horticultural Project in Daragwa constituency. Honorable Speaker, in 2016, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock awarded Guangzhou Construction Company a tender for the construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Project under the Smallholder Horticultural Marketing Program through tender number MOALF/SCMD/SDA/2/2015-2016. The company commenced the works on 9th May 2016 and successfully completed the project on 26th August 2016. Thereafter, several inspection meetings were conducted and concluded on 18th October 2016, which confirmed that the works met the required contractual and technical standards. However, despite the project's successful completion, the contractor has to date not been paid for works amounting to 16,470,112.63. This prolonged delay in payment has caused severe financial hardship to the company and adversely affected the livelihoods of its employees. Additionally, Madam Speaker, the handover of the project is yet to be conducted, and the market currently remains unused. Consequently, local traders continue to operate from the open spaces and makeshift stalls, notwithstanding the completion of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1. Reasons for the delay in payment of the outstanding contractual dues of Kenya shillings 16,470,112.63 to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited. 2, the specific timelines within which the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock intends to settle the outstanding amount and open the market for the use by farmers. And 3, Madam Speaker, measures being put in place by the government to ensure that contractors undertaking government projects are fully and promptly compensated upon completion of works in accordance with the contractual obligations. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member from the Agriculture and Livestock Committee to give an undertaking. Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, let me also commit that in 2 weeks. I will inform Dr. Muchunga.
Thank you. Now, Majority Leader, you have a statement. We are now completing the statements. Then we'll go to the responses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2a, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 11th November 2025, to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, we meet today under very somber circumstances following the passing on of our colleague, the Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, MP, and as stated earlier in your communication, the residents of Isiolo South constituency, and indeed the entire country, is mourning this very great leader of our nation. I wish to take this opportunity to convey my deepest condolences to his family, the residents of Isiolo South, and to all Kenyans who knew Honorable Tubi during this very difficult time of mourning. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform members that on Tuesday next week, the House is expected to consider the following bills. Sorry, Honorable Speaker. The debate will be undertaken on the following motions, should they not be concluded today. 1 is the first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 3 commissions. 2, consideration of the session of paper number 5 of 2024 on the National Green Fiscal Incentives Policy Framework. 3 is consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. 4 is a report on the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial years 2011-2012 to 2021-2022. 5 is consideration of session of paper number 5 of 2023 on the national policy on labor migration. 6 is report on the audited accounts for the Stores and Services Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022, and the Occupational Safety and Health Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. 7 is report on the audited accounts for the Land Settlement Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022, and the Railway Development Fund holding account for the financial years 2017, 2018 to 2021, 2022. 8 is consideration of a petition regarding pollution of River Athi and consideration of the Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order of 2025. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 42A5 and 6, I wish to convey that the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs and the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development are scheduled to appear before the House on the afternoon of Wednesday, 19th November 2025, to respond to questions as follows. 1 is question to the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to respond to question number 87 of 2025 by the member for Laikipia North, Honorable Sarah Korere, MP. And is a question in Swahili, swali nambari 87 la mwaka wa 2025 kuhusu idadi ya raia wa Kenya waliosajiliwa na wasiosajiliwa wanaoishi na kufanya kazi katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na kubainisha iwapo kuliripotiwa vifo vyovyote vya raia wa Kenya katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kipindi cha uchaguzi uliofanyika tarehe 29 Oktoba mwaka huu. 2. To the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development to respond to the following questions. Question 082 of 2025 by the nominated member, Dorothy Kiara, MP, regarding the criteria used to determine the rates of annual bonuses paid to tea farmers across the different regions and factories in the country. 2 is question number 083 of 2025 by the member for Muhoroni, the Honorable James Koyo, MP, regarding terms and conditions of the lease agreements for the state-owned sugar farms, including how the government intends to invest or utilize the lease proceeds for the benefit of the local communities. And question number 084 of 2025 by the member for Igembe Central, the Honorable Daniel Carido Kili, MP, regarding measures being undertaken by the ministry to ensure accurate reporting of miraa export data, safeguard government revenue, and promote equitable support for the miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, infrastructure, and budgetary allocations. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee shall reconvene again on Tuesday, 18th November 2025, to schedule business for the rest of the week, and also, Honorable Speaker, to inform the House that His Excellency the President is scheduled to appear before a joint sitting of the two houses, the House of Senate and National Assembly, on Thursday, November 20th. That is next week, Thursday, for the State of the Nation address for the year 2025, and request members to be present and in good time, as communicated by the Speaker earlier. With that, I now lay this statement on the table of the House. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to the responses. Then after that, we will move to one notice of motion that was pending in order number 6. Hold on a minute, I'm just giving instructions. Allow me to give instructions so the House knows how they're proceeding. Then I will come to you, Honorable Karoli. Yes, honorable members, we are going to, after this, have the responses. I think there's a response for Honorable Walter Owino, member for Awendo, which will be given by Marianne in a minute. And then after that, we are going to go back to order number 6. There's just one notice of motion. And then thereafter, we'll move to tributes to our fallen colleague. All right. So, Honorable Marianne Keitany. Honorable Walter Owino, I thought you want to hear the response first. Oh, the chair for, sorry, trades.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to give a response to statement regarding the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complainant SACCO societies by Honorable Walter Owino, MP. Honourable Speaker, I thank you for granting me this opportunity to respond to a request for a statement by Honorable Walter Owino, MP, on the matter concerning the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complaint savings and credit cooperative societies. Honourable Speaker, the Ministry acknowledges that a number of SACCOs continue to face challenges in refunding deposits to members who have retired from active employment. These challenges are primarily attributed to liquidity constraints arising from delayed or non-performing loan portfolios, regulatory and compliance caps, as well as mismanaged loan and deposit maturities. Additionally, additional factors include limited access to short-term financing and weak financing planning, which in some cases has resulted in misapplication of members' funds. In response to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter Owino, MP, Honorable Speaker, I wish to respond to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter as follows. 1, a list of SACCOs yet to refund retirees' deposits and actions taken against them. Honorable Speaker, the day-to-day oversight of cooperative society is vested in the county governments pursuant to the devolved function under the 4th schedule to the constitutions. Consequently, enforcement of compliance regarding the refund of members' deposits by SACCOs falls under the purview of the respective county governments. The ministry has, however, received a petition from affected members of 20 SACCOs seeking intervention to access their deposits. In response, the ministry issued letters to the respective SACCOs directing them to effect refunds within 60 days. In case where SACCOs fail to comply, the affected members have been advised to escalate their disputes to the cooperative tribunal for redress. A comprehensive list of non-complaint SACCOs, together with specific enforcement actions taken against each shall be submitted to the committee upon receipt of formal reports from the respective county governments, which shall be forwarded to the member, Honorable Speaker. Number 2, the member wanted to know the plans by the ministry to develop a regulatory framework to safeguard deposits and set clear timelines for refunding retirees' deposits through SASRA. Honorable Speaker, the ministry has incorporated provisions under Clause 76 of the Cooperative Bill number 7 of 2024, which introduces a penalty of 5% per month for SACCOs that fail to refund members' deposit within the prescribed timelines. The clause further empowers the Commissioner for Cooperatives Development to recover defaulted amounts through the issuance of urgency notices. In addition, the ministry is implementing broader reforms within the SACCOs subsector, including the operationalizations of the Deposit Guarantee Fund and the strengthening of statutory interventions such as inquiries and inspections. Further, the Commission for Cooperative Development has instituted several administrative measures aimed at enhancing governance and liquidity, including the issuance of circulars on borrowing powers and mandatory submissions of annual returns. Number 3, the Honourable Member wanted to know the measures being taken to hold SACCOs officials who intentionally delay or deny payments to retired members. Honorable Speaker, it is important to note that the most liquidity challenges experienced within the SACCO subsector arises from systematic factors beyond the direct control of individual SACCO officials. Nevertheless, in the instance where inquiries have established that individual officers have misappropriated or misapplied members' funds, such officers have been duly surcharged in accordance with the provision of the Cooperative SACCOs Act, Cap 490. The ministry continues to collaborate with the relevant enforcement agencies to ensure that culpable officials are held personally accountable for any financial improprieties. Fourth, the Honourable Member wanted to know the steps taken to ensure ring-fenced funds timelines for retirees, including penalties for delays and recognition of deposits under the Retirement Benefits Authority. Honorable Speaker, the issue of penalties has been comprehensively addressed under Clause 76 of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, which is currently under consideration before the House, Mr. Speaker, is coming for mediation. Members' deposits in SACCOs are distinct from pension contributions managed under the Retirement Benefits Authority, whereas pension funds are ordinarily invested in low-risk instruments such as government securities. SACCO deposits are largely reinvested in member loans. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the ministry shall engage the Office of the Attorney General and the National Treasury with a view to exploring appropriate legal and policy interventions to safeguard retirees' deposits and enhance accountability in the subsector. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to reiterate the ministry's commitment to protecting the rights and welfare of retirees by strengthening the regulatory and supervisory framework for cooperative societies, enhancing enforcement and compliance through county governments, and pursuing legislative and policy reforms to ensure the timely refund to deposits and accountability of SACCO officials. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. And Honorable Walter Owino, do you want to make a response?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am satisfied with the response, but I want to request you to kindly liaise with your counterpart at the Senate to fast-track processing of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, currently before their House, since this will address most of the issues raised by the pensioners. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chairperson, Trade and Industry, there was the response to Honorable Sabina's statement, but she has requested for it to be moved to a different day, as she's not present in the House today, and we obliged her. So,
Madam Speaker, I agree, and I'll be ready to give that response when they are ready.
Thank you. So, honorable members, we shall move back briefly to order number 6. Can I read out the order again? Do you need to read the order again? Out. Just for record purposes, let the clerk read it out.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Thank you. Okay. Honorable Kaitan, if you have your notice of motion.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 13th November 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, Cap 4D, approves the ratification of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates.
We can now, I think we had agreed that we'd now use the opportunity to give tributes to our fallen colleague, and I think we shall start with the Honorable Mark Mwenja, member for Embakasi West, since he's the leader for the Jubilee Party.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I have a message from the Jubilee Party. Allow me to read it. It is with profound sadness that the Jubilee Party mourns the passing